What's good, my lovely peoples? It's your main man Solace here, the humble servant of the life. Today I want to do this video for y'all called Curses and Spells, Past to Present. Now, before I get into this video, I want to set the tone for my videos from this one forward. I want everybody to have a humble spirit. Let's all respect each other. Carry ourselves as adults. No one needs to be cursing and cussing anyone out. Me also. So don't get it twisted. I want to do all my videos from now on in a certain tempo, in a certain manner. So I'm gonna try to keep everything respectful, no curses, just in case any kids want to watch, and we can move forward, get this knowledge. Whoever wants to get it, I'll make myself more approachable. A brother last week or maybe the week before, he seen me in the streets. He said, "What's up, Solace?" and kept walking right past me. And I stopped him. I said, "What's up, brother? You watching my stuff?" He said, "Yeah." I shook his hand and whatnot, and he loosened up. But I say that to say my demeanor probably made him, he didn't know if he could talk to me or not. But he did want to acknowledge me. And I respect that. I stop for people. Ain't no thing. You can approach me. I know I got a certain demeanor and look. But just get over that. Say, "What's up, Solace?" As long as your spirit is good, it's all gravy. So we all good to go, man. So let me get into this video, curses and spells. Now, when we read ancient things in kids' books, anything, we hear of curses and spells. But in today times, you don't really see any curses and spells. In today times, a curse is a word, like F you, stuff like that. But as far as you seeing anyone getting cursed, we don't really see that. Now, people will say anything they want. "Oh, I know how to do curses and I know how to do spells." But if you can't physically show and tell what you saying, miss me with that, please. Now, today we don't have curses and spells that you can physically see. But we do have disease and we have drugs. Now, in the past, they didn't have those things. Or did they? See, we have to grasp the connection. Diseases are curses. Grasp that. All diseases, AIDS, crabs, herpes, whatever you want to say, those are all curses. And drugs that we have today, they would have been the spells of the past. Now, some of y'all may be lost, so let me help you out. A spell. You probably like, how is a spell a drug? So, you may have heard somebody say, "Oh, they put a spell on this person." Now, you have to grasp. A spell is a concoction of something, a mixture of something, and then you give it to somebody, and this is what you would call a spell. Now, drugs is the same. See, if a person in the past had knowledge of the coca plant, this is why I said in the past they did voodoo. Maybe the word voodoo threw y'all off, but voodoo is the root, meaning the knowledge of the plant. So he who had knowledge in the plant's medicinals, they would have been able to put spells and curses on people. But this all had to do with physical things and physical knowledge. So now you have to understand a spell is a drug. Now, if a person has knowledge of the coca plant, they could take the cocaine out of the coca plant, mix it with baking soda, and you get crack. Now, a lot of people will say, "Well, baking soda is new." But you have to understand, baking soda is knockolite. So this is where knowledge is lost. Knockolite is a natural mineral of this earth. It's a chemical salt. So you have to grasp. They had baking soda in the past. They just didn't sell it in a box and put baking soda as the name. You have to grasp, baking soda is only the name that it was giving. But scientifically, it's just knockolite. So you have to grasp that. And knockolite is a chemical salt that is produced in this earth, just like the coca plant. So a person in the past that had knowledge of the root could have easily put this spell on somebody by mixing the two and serving it to the person, and then they would be under the spell of crack. So when you see crackheads and you see they are zombie-like, this is where all that comes from. This is all real, but we're living it because knowledge is lost. So now you got people walking around smoking voodoo spells. Deep, grasp how deep that is. We don't have knowledge. So now you have people running around smoking voodoo spells and have no clue because we call it drugs. Mind you, it's Nakalite and coca. So you got to grasp, this is a deep thing. Now how this happened is because you have these white people decoding and deciphering hieroglyphs and things from Assyria and Chem, which is Egypt. Now when they decipher these things, like Nakalite, coca plant, these recipes, when they decipher these spells and recipes, they're not looking at it in that sense. So now when they make crack and shit like this, they're not telling you, oh, this is a spell. Because in their mind, they like, man, a spell is supposed to be some magical thing. This is actually a physical rock ball that we got from coca. Can't be the same. Mind you, we getting served up voodoo spells. It's so deep. It's just like heroin. It's nothing more than morphine and acetyls. Different acetyls mixed together. Science shit. So you got to understand, man, this is all alchemy. Alchem. Me. So y'all got to grasp, this is all simple, man. They was deep into the voodoo, which is the knowledge of the root. And they was putting curses and spells on people. And these are the things that we have in our lives today that we call disease and drugs. So now you have to grasp, how is a disease a curse? AIDS is a living microcell. So you have to grasp. All of this is real stuff from the earth, from the life. AIDS wasn't made in the lab. It was made in the lab like crack was. But what makes AIDS comes from the life. So it's a deep knowledge to have. The life produces what it produces, and it's all good. And you can mix certain things and make better things. You can mix certain things and make death. So it was all knowledge of the root, the plant, the mixture of things. So now they deciphering shit. They in the labs doing what they do. Pardon my language. They're in the labs, these scientists of today, deciphering these spells and curses. But they don't know the wordings that the ancients used. So when they deciphering things, they don't know they deciphering curses and spells, and they just putting the numbers together. Because you know it all boils down to numbers when you're dealing with science and science experiments. So this is all science experiments to them, trying to understand these spells and curses that they're deciphering. But they think they're just words. Decipher it, fuck around and make AIDS by mistake, because they testing all this shit out on animals. And this is how you get AIDS into the world, which is a voodoo curse. So they're unleashing voodoo curses and spells, well, they have already, upon the life in ignorance of knowledge. Because they don't understand how deep the Kemetic people of the past was. And we think we smarter now in this time than we truly are. And this is the problem. Like Chem. I don't even think nobody lived in Chem. I think it was just like a library. A library of stone. Instead of books, it was a library of stone. I don't think anyone actually lived there. Now maybe later on in time, yeah. But I'm talking about when it was first built and made. Thousands of years ago. Nobody lived there. That was like a library. So it's a deep thing we got to grasp, man. Curses and spells. We live in this. You see a motherfucker smoking crack, shooting up dope. Grasp what's happening. He is smoking what the ancients would have called a spell. And you put this on a person to help them to tap into the to tap into the ancestors. You could put a spell on a person to have them stuck and attached to you, like how dope heads are. They attached to the dealer. Whoever got the dope, they following them around because they need that. They get sick. So knowing the effects of the different drugs, you can play on a person's psyche and their immune. So you got to understand how deep it is. AIDS is like you could say AIDS is like deep, dark, alchemic voodoo curse. Some shit you put on a person to just make them suffer and torment and die. Crabs, herpes, all these things are curses. And men made these up back in the day with the roots. And they put these on men and affected them. And they was cursed. It's just like in the Bible when Job got the boils all over his body and they said Job was cursed. Motherfucker had an STD or something. But they didn't call it then. They called it what it truly is. See, today we call it the STD, but truly you cursed. You have a curse. It's a deep thing you got to grasp. When a man is burnt, he's been cursed. You catch AIDS, you've been cursed, my brother. So you got to grasp how deep this is. We so deep in the darkness and lost. If you could grasp what I just told y'all, you can only imagine where we headed. Because if you give a lost person knowledge, they have no clue what they doing. They in the lab testing out spells and curses. And then spreading it all over their life by mistake. Not even realizing it's a curse. How you think you getting the swine flu? Bird flu. You getting a whole bunch of new diseases. And you like, damn, where they coming from? They making this in the lab. No, they deciphering shit these ancients was breaking down. And they don't know what they doing. All they know is it's real. So they like, oh, the ancients were smart. Because we doing this shit in the lab and real shit is happening. Yeah, you putting curses on motherfuckers. And spells. You figure the person walking around right now smoking dope, smoking crack, he don't have no clue he's smoking a spell. Mind you, what a spell is, he got all them symptoms. Got no control over himself. The drug control him. Spell. What's the curse? When a motherfucker's afflicted internally and it shows externally. A disease. So y'all have to grasp what's happening, man. They done unleashed hell on y'all. But get y'all some coconut oil. Not that fake stuff y'all be liking to get. Because y'all like a lot of bootleg stuff, I noticed. That's why y'all wear fake dashikis and stuff. But you get you real coconut. See, I know you like, that's not oil. Well, what it is just coconut. And you eat it. You can fry an egg with it. You can put it on your body and your hair. You pretty much can do whatever you want. It's just the scrapings of the innards of the coconut. So you can get busy. The ingredients of it is coconut. So y'all need to get yourself some of that, man. That thing costs probably about $8. It's a little expensive, but it's real. So it's okay. Real is good. So organic. Put that on you. Just like fruit and things. You can put that on your face. I don't know why y'all don't use your brain. People put avocado mask on. Put strawberries and stuff on your face. Get busy. The life is good. It's your main man Solace.